Hey everybody, I'm JJ Johnson. You're watching Reality Survival. So today what I wanted to talk to you about is why you may misunderstand what being a gray man is. And the reason I'm bringing this up is I read a blog recently on, what was it called? Is it Survivalist Diaries, I think? I will put a link to the blog in the description below to that article. And it was a very good article that talking about how people misunderstand gray man tactics and stuff like that. And I've seen this in numerous videos and stuff on YouTube as well. And so I wanted to throw it out there just so people have something to think about in this regard. A lot of people take what is talked about on YouTube in survival or in gray man tactics and stuff like that to mean that you have to live your lifestyle in such a way that no one ever notices you, that you can walk through a crowd and never be seen and never, nobody ever acknowledges your existence, that you live somewhere and nobody really knows anything about you and you're this mysterious guy and that kind of thing. That's not what gray man tactics are supposed to be used for. In fact, I would argue that if you understand being a gray man to mean becoming a loner, not ever making any connections with anyone, and separating yourself from society, you're actually preparing yourself to be set up as a victim if there ever is any kind of a crash or a grid down scenario or whatever the case may be. And the reason is because the people who are going to be the most helpful to you in blending in is your neighbors, the people that you live around, the people that you go to church with, and all those kinds of things, because what you're trying to do with being a gray man is you're trying to avoid contact with law enforcement, you're trying to avoid contact with criminals and thugs and stuff like that. And if you are a person who looks like you're connected into a community, and you know people, and it's normal for you to be where you are and all that kind of thing, then if a law enforcement officer asks, say, your neighbor, hey, what do you know about that guy over there? And that law enforcement, or that your neighbor says, man, I don't know anything about that guy. I see him every once in a while. He comes and goes. He always wears nondescript clothing. He doesn't, I don't know. I think he's one of those crazy survivalist guys or something like that. That's a bad thing, okay? You don't want people to not know you. You don't want to separate yourself from society. What you want to do is when that law enforcement officer goes over to your neighbor's house and he says, hey, what do you know about that guy over there? You want him to say, oh, that's Bob. Bob's a good dude, man. Yeah, he's lived here for so many years and we play cards every once in a while and, just a nice guy. I'd totally vouch for him. I think he's, a great dude. He's got kids and family and all that kind of stuff, and that's it. You want it to appear that you're a member of your community, okay? So what people get confused on is when they're talking about a tactic versus a strategy, okay? A tactic is a short-term thing. So for instance, if let's say you are, and where this was originally developed was for counterintelligence operatives and intelligence operatives who were traveling overseas, operating in somewhat permissive but somewhat hostile environments where they still needed to blend in and try to keep a low profile. So these were tactics that were developed so that they could move through areas that they didn't normally go to and didn't normally belong in without attracting a lot of attention to themselves. So it's a short-term thing. So for you, for the survivalist or prepper out there or whatever, this may be a situation where, let's say you've had to bug out of your house and you need to go into a town to try to trade for something or something along those lines. I don't know what it is. This is just an example. You would use gray man tactics, try to dress similarly, try to act similarly to how other people are acting in town. You want to try not to stand out as much as possible for the short term so that you can get in, do your business, and then get out, okay? But that's separate from a situation where you're in a bug-in situation and you're living somewhere. You don't want to be separated as somebody who is, an unknown, and somebody who is a mystery or, a separatist from the community. You want to blend in with the community. So anyway, I hope this is making sense to you guys. If you have any questions, we can definitely keep the conversation going in the description below. I'd be happy to also talk about it on one of our weekly live chats. I did get ungrounded from YouTube, so now we can do the live chats again. So I'm happy to talk about it in those as well. I plan to continue doing the live chats on Sunday evenings around 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So anyway, guys, as always, I definitely appreciate it when you click the thumbs up button, when you share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And don't forget to live the 6 Ps. Prior preparation prevents poor performance. Stay safe, guys. And I'll also put some links to other videos that I've done on gray man tactics in the description below. All right, take care.